Welcome to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, the #1 podcast and resource for Black entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful, sustainable businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. If you're currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, you're invited to join us each and every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family and get ready to elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 459. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another outstanding and informative show in store for you. Today's show topic is 3 simple hacks to increase your sales today. 3 simple hacks to increase your sales today. Now, you know the lifeblood of every business is sales, and if you're not making consistent sales, that means that you're probably going to be going out of business soon, and obviously we don't want that. So many successful entrepreneurs are able to increase their sales by doing several simple things that positively affect the bottom line. And today I'm going to give you 3 simple hacks that you can actually use today to increase your sales. Now, before we get to today's content, I want to welcome all first-time listeners to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family. Please stick around until the end of today's broadcast, and I'm going to share all my social media contact information and resources, such as the link to my latest book, Unlocking the Power of ChatGPT, the Ultimate Prompting Handbook for Beginners. You can go to unlockingchatgpt.com to learn more about the book. Also, the BEB Academy. If you want to elevate your entrepreneur IQ, the BEBacademy.com is an online learning portal that has all types of resources such as online classes, master classes, workbooks, PDFs, and other resources. Get 3 days free access to the Academy. Go to BEBacademy.com and enroll. Or you can just go to the main website, blackentrepreneurBlueprint.com. So let's get ready to jump into today's content, and we're talking about 3 simple hacks to increase your sales today. Now, these are 3 things that you can literally implement today that are going to increase your average cart value. And when I say cart value, that means your checkout. So it doesn't matter if you're selling physical products, digital products, or services. You want your checkout amount to be larger. When that's larger, that means that you're making more money, more sales, and more revenue. And we all know that without consistent sales, which are the lifeblood of your business, you're going to go out of business. So the first hack that you can do is, number 1, add ancillary products as an upsell. Okay, add ancillary products as an upsell. So what you want to do is either find or create ancillary products that basically are synergistic to what your main product is, and then you use that as an upsell. So if you have something that is going to enhance or improve your primary product, that's a great start. Okay. Now, the question is, you're probably saying, where do you find these ancillary products? And there's 2 answers. Number 1, you can create them yourself, or number 2, you can find them. And there's several places where you can find what I call private label products. And private label products are products that somebody else has created and giving you the authority or authorization to use them as your own. So you can actually go in on some of these private label products, change the names, change some of the information in the products, and then you can use them as your own. So here's a couple of places to find private label products. You can go to the plrstore.com, PLR like private label rights, the plrstore.com, and you can also use affiliate products to sell, and you can go to places like clickbank.com, 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 and also maxbounty.com. But there are tons of affiliate sites and private label sites out there. And so the whole concept behind this is you have your main product, and then you find a synergistic product that you either create yourself or you actually buy or you reproduce or use an affiliate product to sell and increase your cart value. And I'm going to give you several examples of this. And I'm going to give you a physical product example, a digital product example, and a service example. So a physical product upsell, for example, could be if you sell grills. Like I like to grill, right? I was out grilling last weekend. It was a pretty decent day. I think we got about up to 60 degrees on Sunday. So I was out grilling some ribeyes. So just imagine that you're a grill manufacturer and you sell grills online or in the store. Now, one of an upsells that you could sell would be your grilling tools, right? So if you're going to buy a grill, you're going to need grilling tools. You may need grilling gloves or whatever. So if you're selling a physical product, look for products that make sense, that are synergistic with the main product or products that you sell. So that's a very simple example. So I spend a lot of money. I have a Weber grill. I actually have two grills. I have a charcoal grill, which is a Weber, and then I have a gas grill. But I have a whole bunch of tools and utensils because grilling is one of my hobbies, one of my passions. And so if I sold grills, I would definitely upsell the tools and utensils, gloves, aprons, whatever you want. But that's an example of an ancillary product as an upsell to help increase your cart value. An example of a digital product upsell, right? So say you're selling online courses and your course is titled How to Generate Leads for Your Business. So you're selling a course to generate leads for any type of business. Now your upsell could be a copy of 10 of the most responsive lead magnet templates for any business. So if you're going to sell this online course, what else do people need to be successful with this course? So if you create or provide them with 10 lead magnets templates, that's a great upsell. That's something that you can create yourself. You can take from, your history. If, you're selling this course, take from the history and experience and create a lead magnet template and give them 10 of these as an upsell. It makes perfect sense. See, it's synergistic. So you're not trying to sell something that doesn't coincide or isn't aligned with what your main product or service is. So that's an example of a digital product. Now, let's take an example of a service. So say you're an accountant and you specialize with working with, just say small businesses, right? So your main focus is tax preparation for small businesses, but as an upsell, you can sell monthly bookkeeping and auditing services. It's very simple. It's aligned with what you're doing. So a lot of times I think we get caught up with our primary product and service, and we don't think about some ancillary products that we either create, or products or services, let me say that we either create or that we can provide that is going to increase our average cart value. Now, if you don't have a product, then you can go and get an affiliate product, or you can do, like I said, you can do a private label product. So, for example, if you don't know how to create these templates, if you're selling the templates for lead generation or lead magnets, you don't know how to create them, maybe you can find them online. And then you can add that as an ancillary product. But this is something you literally can do by putting in an additional link or product on your product spec sheet, on your website or whatever, even in an email. So as another example, using email, when somebody purchases something from you and you send them a thank you email, you literally could have a link for this ancillary product in the thank you email. And what does it really cost you and how long does it really take? You also have Amazon affiliate links, so you can do that. Now, you're not going to make a lot of money with Amazon affiliates because you really make anywhere from, I think, 5 at the max, 5% down to 2%. And that all depends on what type of product or what category the product is in. So if you're selling, utensils for a grill and they cost an extra $35 and you're getting 2% on that, that's what, 70 cents. I'm sorry, 70 cents literally. So you're not making any money on that. So with the ancillary product, make sure that it makes sense, number one, and that it's profitable, that it's going to increase your average cart value. Okay. And what we're talking about is 3 simple hacks to increase your sales today. So number 1, add ancillary products as an upsell. Number 2, change your single offer to multiple offers. And I'm going to explain this. Change your single offer to multiple offers. So many times companies make a single offer, but when you give customers the option of multiple offers, that can literally increase your average sales ticket. So you see this a lot in the auto industry every day, right? You go and you're looking for a new car, and then they're going to have obviously the base version. Then they're going to have the souped up model, the upgraded model, and then they're going to have the extreme model, right? And it all allows a customer to feel more in control. So now when you're going to buy that Acura MDX, you got the base model here, you got the upgraded audio package here, and then you got the top of the line sports package here. And so once again, the same product, but different variations and versions. So they're giving you multiple offers on one product. Okay. So let's take an example. My new book, Unlocking the Power of ChatGPT, right? So go to unlockingchatgpt.com to check it out. But you have two offers. You have the base offer for $24.95, and then you have the souped up offer for $47. And this gives you basic choices. It gives the consumer an option. So if you just want pretty much the book, it's $24.95. But if you want the book and some ancillary products that go with it that make sense, with it, then it's $47. And just to let you guys know, out of the hundreds of books that I've sold already, I think I've only gotten 2 people that bought the $24.95 version. So giving people an option, $24.95 versus $47. But what happens is when you put the most value at the $47, and we're going to talk about this, that's what people are going to buy. But I'll go a little deeper into that in a minute. Here's another example for changing your single offer to a multiple offer. Say for a service company like a car wash, right? You go into a car wash, and these automated car washes or some of the hand car washes that I go into sometimes, they have a basic wash and wax, right? That's your low end. Then they have the wash, wax, and vacuum and the tire shine. That's the middle end. Then the top is a full detail. So once again, you're giving customers an option of what they want to invest with your business. And the last example I'm going to give is for digital products. So say there's software, right? And you see this all the time. There's a monthly price. If you pay monthly, it's $24.95 a month. But if you pay annually, 12 months, it's only $19.95, but you have to pay up front. Now, even though they're charging less per month, what happens is they're still making more in that cart because they're getting $19.95 times 12 versus $24.95 times 1. And so that's the science or the thought process behind that. So number 2, change your single offer to multiple offers. And let me just get back to what I was getting ready to tell you guys about multiple offers. Many times you'll see 3 offers, right? There's a low end offer, the mid offer, and the high end offer. And the psychology behind this is that most people are going to choose the middle offer. So say your main offer, the main thing that you want to sell, whatever that package is, make that your middle offer. The first offer or the lowest offer is going to be like your bare bones offer where nobody really doesn't even make sense for people to buy that offer. So you're really forcing people from the bare bones or the low offer to the middle offer, which is the offer you really want to sell. The top or high level offer is an offer for people that are super serious that want to get connected to you. So you might have an offer, say you're doing coaching, right? So you can have your group coaching starts out at $47, right? Then you have your individual coaching with online courses. Just say that's your main offer. That's $247 a month. Then you have your private coaching group. That's, say, $1,000 a month. So most people aren't going to do the low end. They probably want to do the group, the one-on-one with the online course. So that's $247 a month. That's the one that you're really trying to sell. So when you give people a three offers, multiple offers, if you look at it, most people are going to choose the middle offer because they make that the most attractive and that's the offer they really want to sell. So always remember the psychology behind those three offers when you see them. And when you see them, take a look at them. You're going to get that first offer that's like, that doesn't even make sense for me to do it. I need to go up to the middle offer. And that's exactly where they want you to go, because that's the offer that they want to sell the most. And then the high offer, those are people that, you know what, if I can get a couple of these high end offers, that's just gravy on that. Okay. So what we're talking about today, guys, is 3 simple hacks to increase your sales today. Things you can do immediately, right? Number 1, add ancillary products as an upsell. Number 2, change your single offer to multiple offers. And this can work with any type of business, guys, any products or services that you sell. Okay. You can always do multiple offers. And the last but not least, and this sounds super silly, it's very simple, but it's increase your prices. So if you want to increase the average cart value, increase your prices, right? Now, you have to have a real balance here, because when you increase your prices too much without adding any additional value, you're going to lose the number of transactions. So you don't want to do that. So, for example, I go to this diner probably once or twice a week when I'm heading into the office, just to stop, decompress, and think on my way to the office. And so I noticed they used to have a special where it was $6.95 for a combo, 2 eggs, bacon and toast or whatever, $6.95, which was a great deal. Great quality food. They give you a lot of food and all that good stuff. Now it went up to $8.95, which is still a good value. Now, did I stop buying it? No, because it didn't appreciate, or the cost didn't go up to the point where it didn't make sense. So when you increase your prices, you have to be cognizant of price versus value, that seesaw. Remember, price versus value. The price is what you pay. The value is what you get. And all value is perceived. It's perceived by your customers. So if they took that price from $6.95 up to $12.95, guess what? That's not a deal for me anymore, and I'm not going to buy that. So when you increase your prices, you need to make sure that you do it in a way that it's not going to decrease the number of transactions that you have, if you follow me. So you don't want to do that. But just a simple increase in $1 or percentage of your pricing, guys, is going to make a big difference in the bottom line. Not necessarily monthly. You're not going to necessarily see it that much monthly unless you're doing a ton of transactions. But at the end of the year and your gross revenues, you're going to see it. One of the things I want to talk to also about increasing your prices, guys, is, are you charging enough for your products and or services? I did an episode on this, a sole episode on this, but I want you to really evaluate what you're charging your customers. Are you charging your customers too little? Because once again, if your customers aren't paying, if they're not feeling it, then a lot of times they're not going to appreciate it. The things that people get for free, they don't appreciate. Even the things that people pay for, they don't use or appreciate. I can look at my online courses, right? And I can see people's activity, people that spent good money, right? And what I noticed was the low end courses, people didn't finish them as much as somebody that paid $997 for a program versus somebody that paid $47 for a program, because they didn't have that skin in the game. They didn't see or feel it, right? So when you do something and you invest in something and you feel it, right, that means, I'm investing in this. I need to get my money out of it. Now, it's funny. I was listening to a podcast this morning while I was shaving, and there's this dude that has a mortgage. He has a mortgage company, and what he does is he trains loan officers to connect and educate real estate agents so they can start to swap business back and forth. And one of the things that he said about his program for loan officers, he said, look, this program isn't cheap. This is an investment. I don't want somebody that's looking not to invest in their business. We have a success rate that we have because people that come into this program spend a couple of $1,000s. And when you spend or invest a couple of $1,000s, guess what? you're going to take the time to work the program. And what he said was when he first started the program, he was only charging, I believe, about $300 a month. And what he found that it actually was detrimental to the people that invested in the program because they never finished it. And also was detrimental to the program itself because he didn't have any success testimonies, because people would start, I only invested $300. This is too hard. Guess what? I'm not going to finish. So it was detrimental to both the person that invested in it and the guy that created the program. So when we talk about increasing your prices, guys, I want you to be very serious when you sit down and look at your value, price versus value. And a lot of that is determined by what your transformation is. So for example, if you're a business coach, right, and you're helping somebody that's struggling right now, and you're going to help them go from $5,000 a month to $20,000 a month, what does that equate to in terms of what you should charge them? You're giving them 15 extra grand a month, right? So if you can do something like that and prove you have the capability to do that, why wouldn't you charge $2,000 or $3,000 a month for your coaching? You have to understand what your true value is. And that's with not just with business, that's just with anything, personal too. So when you're out there setting your prices or increasing your prices, a lot of times people get scared. Oh man, I'm going to lose clients. Yeah, you can. But the key is, what is the trade-off? Do you want to be able to get higher end clients that you don't need as many clients to make the same amount of money and, with less hassle? Or do you want more clients? How does it benefit you and how does it benefit your customer? What makes more sense? So in the mortgage business, which, I'm actually getting ready to get back in, me and my boy, we going at it again. They pulled me back in again. But we used to say this all the time. It was easier to do $1 million loan than it was to do a $50,000 loan. And the reason being is, when you're dealing with people buying $1 million properties, they usually have all of their stuff in order. Their taxes are up to date. They have their pay stubs or whatever. You're dealing with lower end, homes, and it's not race, it's nothing. It's just socioeconomic a lot of times. And trust me, I've been there, done that, right? And a lot of times they're not in the same financial situation. So, I can tell you story upon story. Yeah, I get paid, but it's under the table. Bro, we can't take that. You got to be able to show your assets and income. And so you're doing that for a little commission, which is harder, versus doing $1 million loan for a high commission. Okay, if I'm making, 2 points on $1 million loan, that's 20 stacks. If I'm making 2 points on a $50,000 loan, that's going to be hard to get through. That's $1,000, right? So what is it worth to you? Does it make sense for you? Sometimes you want to price out certain customers of yours, okay? But you have to sit down and determine what makes the most sense when you do an increase of your prices. Remember, price versus value. It's a seesaw. If your customer doesn't see the value, they're not going to pay the price, right? So if the value exceeds the price, then they're going to pay it. If the price exceeds the perceived value, they're not going to pay it. So it's a balancing act. It's a seesaw. But once again, when you do your price increases, guys, make sure that you look at what your competitors are doing. Make sure you give that value that you can justify if it's a major increase. If it's something like a 5%, a couple of dollars on a product, that's no big deal. But if it's a noticeable increase, you have to recognize and understand what the psyche of your customer is. You have to validate that price increase. Okay. So I actually asked the diner, I said, why'd you guys go up from $6.95 on the special to $8.95? And I'm cool with the people. They were like, man, because the prices of everything are going up. I get it. That's cool. I was just curious to see what they were saying. You see now, they even somebody was telling me like in Uber, they got these gas surcharges or whatever that they're charging now for Uber and a lot of these stuff like that. So these surcharges, because of the price of food, the price of products and all of that stuff are going up. So a lot of times people understand that. But what they want to know is the validation on why your price is going up. Now, you can't take, I'm not going to say you can't do it, but it will be very hard to take a $24 ebook and then sell it for $997, right? Where's the value in that? So once again, if you're going to increase your prices, sometimes you're going to have to align what you're selling or update what you're selling and add some things that give perceived value, additional value. Now, before we get to the last quarter of the show, guys, let me just share my contact information and resource links, and we're going to keep it super simple. Everything that I'm going to talk about, guys, is on the website, blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. All my online courses, all my contact information, the whole BEB ecosystem. Go to blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. On the first page, you're going to see several of my online courses. The first thing you'll see is BEB Academy. I mentioned that, which is our online learning portal. You click the link, you can sign up there. Also, Pinpoint and Monetize Your Genius. Check it out. It's pound for pound, one of my best programs. Your genius is the intersection of your passion and your talent. Most people just don't know how to monetize it. We have information on the front page of the website. Also, Brand Builder Academy Elite. If you're looking to build an e-commerce brand, physical products or digital products, Brand Builder Academy Elite, it is on the front page of the website. Now, if you want to connect with me, anything long, family, hit me on my email, jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, JAYJONES @blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, Facebook, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, Instagram, I got 2 IG accounts. The first one is J Jones for real, JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. Second one is Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Twitter, JJones001, JAYJONES 001. LinkedIn, connect with me there, J Jones Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. YouTube, make sure you sign up and subscribe to the YouTube channel, family. You have additional content on YouTube that is not on the show. Go to YouTube, type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Also, make sure you check out the website. When you go on to blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, click the Learn button, and on that Learn drop down, we have all types of resources, and we talk about e-commerce, scaling your business, mindset, strategy, finances, everything you need to elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Make sure you utilize the new and improved BEB website. Also, if you want to connect with me and you forgot everything I just said, go to the website, hit the About button under my bio. They have links to all of my social media contact information. Also, unlockingchatgpt.com. That's my new book. Go check out the website and learn more about that. All right, let's jump on back to the last segment of the program, guys. And we're talking about 3 simple hacks to increase your sales today. These are things that you can do instantaneously, guys, that take little or no effort to increase your average cart value. That's your checkout cart. All right. Whatever you use to check out, PayPal, Shopify, whatever, Stripe, whatever. You want to increase your average cart value. It's just like, you go into the supermarket, Walmart or whatever, and you go out to check out and they got all the candy, gum, soda and all that extra stuff in there. It's impulse buying a lot of times when it's in the supermarket, but you have to make it synergistic when you're talking about your product or services that you're selling. So the number 1, we talked about adding ancillary products as an upsell, and these can be products or services that you create, or you can use affiliate products or services, or you can use, if you want to use private label products or services. So I gave you guys some sources there where you can find private label products and services and also affiliate products and services. So say, for example, if you're selling you have a weight loss program that you're doing, say a diet plan or an exercise plan, you may be able to find an affiliate where you can sell some type of supplement to help with that diet plan or exercise plan. That's an ancillary product or service that you can upsell, and you didn't even create that. Okay. Number 2, we talked about change your single offer to multiple offers. So as opposed to saying, hey, here's the cart, this is it, give them multiple offers. And I just want to remind you guys, if you see 3 offers, if you ever go that far, the middle offer is the offer that the companies want you to really take. The low offer has really, that's the bare bones model, whatever you're selling. The middle offer is probably the most value. And the high end is just for people they're hoping that are going to invest a high or a lot of money in whatever their product or service that they're selling. So that's how you work that multiple offer versus the one offer. And last but not least, I went a whole lot into this, increase your prices. Make sure it makes sense. Price versus value. It's a balancing act. All right. So you got to understand what you sell is the price is what you pay, and value is what you get. If the perceived value is above the price, you will make sales. If the price is above the perceived value, you will not make sales. It's pretty simple, and you may have to play around with increasing your prices. Once again, if you increase them minimally, that's not going to be an issue, and it'll help you generate more sales and actually increase your cart value. If you make a drastic jump, you have to understand it, and you have to justify that jump in your price. If you're doubling your price, you got to justify it. But I'm going to tell you guys something I learned a long time ago. Don't be scared to increase your prices. Your customers will let you know. If they're not buying, guess what? Then you may have to bring it back down. But it's always easier to come down in price than really to go up in price. But it's something that you're going to have to determine based on your business, your cost of your products and services, and the value that you provide. Okay. So as a mortgage broker, if I'm making 2.5 points on a deal, or a real estate agent that makes 3 points on a deal, that's automatic. So I'd rather sell the $1 million houses than to sell $10,000, $100,000 houses. I'm going to get still 3% of, $10,000, $100,000 houses, which is a hell of a lot of work, or 3% of $1 million house, right? So you want to understand what your market is and how you fit into that market. Where are you positioned in that market, really, is what I wanted to say. Now, before we close on out, guys, I say this each and every week because it's true. We get more and more downloads, and that's only because of you, the BEB family. I appreciate you guys so much. Please continue to spread the word about the podcast, the blog, the new blackentrepreneurblueprint.com website, and the whole ecosystem, because it's about elevating your entrepreneur IQ. Remember, guys, it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. It's about building an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. Love you guys. See you same time next week. Peace.